it's Simon Cripps, the pole position man, who almost loses the lead to David Brook. That was a very opportunistic move from David Brook. Oh, that's wonderful racing. Simon Cripps thought he'd got everything covered, and suddenly down the inside came David Brook from absolutely nowhere. Ludlow in third position. Is that right? Because
no, he's fourth.
The race leader Simon Cripps is missing off the lap chart for some reason.
Another ghost rider, is he?
He's a ghost rider. So David Brook is shown as the leader, but he's in second place. Then it's Blaine Neves. Dan Ludlow fourth. Ian Witt is fifth. And Barry Holmes in sixth position. David Brook has set the new, well, not a new lap, but the fastest start-up lap, so he means business.
Of course it's not, because Cripps is ahead of him on the road.
Ah, yeah, of course, Marcus.
Yeah, well, it's as you were as they came through here. No change.
Pushing him pretty hard. So it is Simon Cripps from David Brook. Cripps is now at the top of TSL's screen. Thank you, TSL. Blaine Neves is third. In with a fighting chance, Dan Ludlow, Ian Witt, Barry Holmes, and then in seventh place behind them, it's 57, Rob Spencer. Fastest lap of the race so far, Dan Ludlow on a 1:27.088.
Right, well, it's the same four as they come past here, and of course the first two from Class B, aren't they? So Blaine Neves is leading his class at the moment. So
Ludlow 1.2 seconds faster than he went in qualifying. Early in the race, we've got Alan Jones in the Montego, so the 1980 World Champion.
Alan Jones, hello there, Alan.
I don't think Alan Jones would fit in a Montego. It's no
He's put a little bit of weight on the Alan, doesn't he? David Brook then speeds across the line, the defending champion, but Simon Cripps is coming back at him. Simon's got more straight line speed, and whoosh, down the inside line goes Simon, and David Brook says, yeah, but you see, I'm on the ideal line, and I'm going to take him back, and he does. So David Brook once again.
yeah, Dan Ludlow's made up a lot on that lap. He's right on the back bumper now. Blaine Neves in this wonderful Metro, but yeah, we've got a new leader, as you say. It's the reigning champion, number 11. He sweeps through, and he looks like he's pulling out a bit of a gap, but I don't know what the lap time for Dan Ludlow is, but he's certainly going quicker than Blaine Neves, and they're leaving Ian Witt rather breathless behind them.
David Brook looking, I don't know what it is, there's something about the body language of him and the car. It looks as though he's got the pace, has a look down the inside, but he was nowhere near close enough. But meanwhile, the battle for third place between Blaine Neves and Dan Ludlow, good call from you there, Paul and Starkey. Dan Ludlow 3/10 behind Blaine, and he's pushing.
Yeah, it certainly is. We've got those four. They've broken well away from Ian Witt now. We're probably about a lap and a half away from Lappery, if you see what I mean. So that's going to be the opportunity, I think, for Blaine Neves and Dan Ludlow to catch up. But Dan Ludlow's going to have a go here, I think. They come under the bridge, up Swans, and he's trying for the outside, but Blaine Neves hugs that inside racing line, and he holds on as they go up into the single file area. So once again, Dan Ludlow's glued to the bumper of Blaine Neves, and I think Dan Ludlow thinks he can catch the V8s, you know, if he can get past Blaine Neves.
Well, there's nothing like a bit of confidence. Tony Howe, meanwhile, in command of Class E. Yes, James Walpole doing okay so far.
Great drive by Peter Edney, by the way. He's leading the T-types at the moment.
Blaine Neves, by the way, set a new fastest lap of the race.
In behind the T-type. So that's David Brook, Blaine Neves, and Dan Ludlow have had to slot in behind the T. Well, he might, but certainly in that situation, he just managed it, I think, before the yellow flag situation.
Well, David Brook is now powering through Coppice Corner, but of course Blaine Neves and Dan Ludlow are right on his tail, and as you predicted, Simon Cripps has pulled away a little bit. Here's Simon, he's really pushing on. The car goes on to three wheels through the chicane. It's not crossing the line to complete the sixth lap in the second place. Oh, and a new fastest lap from Simon Cripps.
Right,
5.8 laps.
A retirement down here for number 80, Robert Beasley. He pulled off the circuit. So, yeah, I think David Brook might have got a problem, or at least he might have cooked his brakes or something, because he is falling back. And Simon Cripps has now got a substantial lead from Blaine Neves. Then it's David Brook, then Dan Ludlow. So we've gone from an almost four-cars together race to a really spread out race, and I think that was the influence of these T-types having to lap them going through the single file past the circuit. So unfortunately it's had the effect of breaking this race up.
Full marks to Timing Solutions Limited, because time the race leader Simon Cripps comes through. So full marks to TSL for keeping us on the island. And Alan Jones there in the Estate car doing well against one of the fast half distance.
New fastest lap though, no that wasn't it, it's changed, sorry.
Just the previous lap.
3.5,
yes.
Blade needs fractionally quicker, but not quick enough to make a big difference.
Let's just quickly give you the gaps as they head down to you. Blade needs 3.5 seconds behind Simon Cripps. David Brook 3.2 seconds behind Blade Needs. Dan Ludlow 1.6 behind David Brook. Ian Witt 3.3. So you're right, Ewan Kitson is the closest gap because he's having a good old battle.
The race leader Simon Cripps as they get down to the chicane this time. The T-type ahead of the race leader and another T-type about to make Neves. So a clear sight now of Simon Cripps for Blade Neves in the second place car, number 7, as they come out of the chicane, powered down the straight past the pits. The gap now between 2.3 seconds.
Yeah, and Pat Fenn's gone missing. The battle that he was having with Ewan Kitson. Ewan Kitson's come through on his own.
The car's pulled off on the side by the exhibition centre as well. But that's, I don't think that's the Cripps car, it's a pale car, isn't it? Not the Cripps car, the Fenn car.
I think it is. Then second place man, Blade Neves has got one of the other slower cars in front of him.
I was talking absolute nonsense.
Pat Fenn tried to go past a very slow car, then realised he couldn't make it, was off that wheel and he had to proceed the line, so he's lost a lot of time up at McLean's that time, Blade Neves.
It must be just that I've skipped Specsavers or something. I just simply missed him. So, give you a time check, 7 minutes, just under 7 minutes to go in this Peter Best Insurance Challenge. Laps it's going to be completed, isn't it? Yes, 9 laps completed by Simon Cripps. Blade Neves 6.76. Cautiously, fingers crossed, touching flat, as though David Brook is going to be able to bring the car home. He'll be absolutely devastated if he can't score some.
Slowed down, or whether they've speeded up, I'm not sure, but you're going to have a whoosh, 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 second, third, fourth battle coming round on your side of the circuit.
How he's leading his class, he's a country mile ahead of his nearest on the championship, but leading the class. There's the race leader going across the line then. TSL will manually input his beam time. 7.5 behind Blaine. David Brook suddenly, oh no, he's alright, he's only 0.3 of a second behind Dan Ludlow.
Been winning this race.
Black flag for someone. Can we read the number please, pit lane?
25 or 6.
26. 26 gets the black flag. And that is Dave Brown. So with every respect to Dave Brown, that's not going to upset the leading order then. 3.5 minutes to go with Simon Cripps then. 4.7, so I think Blaine is so it's Pat Fenn, Ewan Kitson and John Yeh now in a wonderful three-way fight for, what is it?
The chicane every lap in the number 87 car. There goes Neves at Ludlow on his boot then. New fastest lap of the race.
He's not going to make it. David Brook. What's wrong with David Brook? Across the line with less than a minute, so I think this is going to be the last lap. So any efforts that need to be made are going to have to be made. Blade Neves, David Brook just hanging on in there, almost 3 seconds behind that leading trio, but anxious to bring the car home. Oh, and somebody's outbraked themselves.
That's Witt, I think. Clear as far as that second place battle is concerned, so they can continue to fight all the way to the flag.
Yeah.
Ewan Kitson under enormous pressure there going into Redgate corner, and I don't think he's got an answer. I don't think he has, Ewan Kitson, but is he going to come back?